Hi, I welcome you to this video. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to set up your local development environment for writing, compiling, debugging your Solidity smart contracts. So basically, you guys have been using Remix. We've been deploying from Remix, but for advanced smart contracts like you need to write more serious smart contracts. You need to set up a local development environment. So in that case, we have a framework or a development environment tool called Hardhat. So yeah, Hardhat is a framework for developing your smart contract on your local machine. So in case you are just hearing of Hardhat for the first time, so you can visit their website, hardhat.org. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to start by installing other package, the other package. So I have my VS Code open and my working directory set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is install Hardhat. So basically for you to install Hardhat now, you need npm. So and for you to have npm on your machine, you need Node.js to be installed. So in case you don't have the JS, you can visit nodejs.org to nodejs.org. Then from there you can download and install Node.js. You can see it here. You can choose the LTS. Mostly you need that, but if you are looking for the latest features, you can use the current one. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to start by running npm init. Yeah, so this is going to create a package JSON file here, as you can see in the root directory. So the next thing we need to install is Hardhat itself. So we need to install locally. So we say npm I Hardhat. So let's wait for that to finish install. Okay, now that we have Hardhat installed in our local in our development environment now. So what we can do now, what we are going to do now is initializing our project. So we say npx Hardhat. So this is going to set up our project structure and install some dependencies for us. So but you can select, can just move around here and do whatever. So here you can decide to create a basic sample project, create an advanced sample project, and an advanced sample project that uses TypeScript. Or you can also create an empty Hardhat config file and create your the folder structure however you like. So I'm going to go with the create basic sample project. So also it asks us to tell it the project route. So we're using the current route. So just enter. Also we want to add a git signal. Yeah. So you want to install the samples project dependencies. Yeah. So let's do that too by just pressing enter. So let's wait for the dependencies to be installed. Yeah, now the project has been created now. So as you can see here, we have a couple of directories, folders, and some files. So I'm just going to quickly talk about what each of them is. So this is a contract folder. So inside it, that's where our source code is going to be, like our smart contract source code, our solidity files. For example, you can see here we have a solidity file here called beta.son. So basically, it contains a simple smart contract for greeting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So also we have node modules that we are Node.js packages inside. So we also have scripts. So scripts is basically um, just like the name sounds, like it means it's script. So you need to like can use it for some couple of things like migrations, and you want to deploy your smart contract to production. You can write scripts for it and stuff like that. So that basically that what it does. Also, this the test folder. This is where we write our tests. Like you need one like you actually basically you be writing test for a smart contract. So this is where you need to put the test files and stuff like that. So you have the git ignore where we can put some where you can ignore some folders or directory of files to avoid them being pushed to GitHub, for example, the node modules and the environment variables, the EM file. So we have the Hardhat config.js. So basically, this is where the Hardhat configuration is. So your network configuration, your solidity configuration, versions, stuff like that. This is where we put them. So then we have the package log JSON, the package JSON, and the readme. So basically, all those the other ones are actually self-explanatory. Okay, so now that we have an idea of what this direction means, so I'm just going to tell you like art is kind of very amazing. It's very useful. For example, art comes with a network called Hardhat network. So basically, you need to install Ganache if you want to use a framework like Truffle, um, Truffle, yeah. So you need to install Ganache separately so you can have a fake blockchain on your local machine that you can use to test, deploy some the smart contracts that you make and stuff like that. So, but with Hardhat, it comes with a fake blockchain itself. The name of the network is called Hardhat network. Okay, so that's why whenever we work in here, you see that we don't need to add some maybe private keys or account stuff like that. So it's being done inside of Hardhat, unless we need to connect or deploy to an outside or a live network. That's the only time we need to let's say just touch this configuration file. Everything is basically done. It's been done by Hardhat. So this Hardhat network, you actually don't see it work running because it runs in the background. Okay, also, so we have something called Hardhat node. So you can just set a spin off an Hardhat node and for you to maybe use it in another project or stuff like that. So let's see some of the commands inside of Hardhat. So you can just see npx Hardhat. As you can see now, we have npm config and dash config and that config file and stuff like that. So we also have available tasks. We have accounts, check, clean, compile, console, flatten, help, node, and run, test, a lot. Okay, so let's check the node task. Let's check it's what do you call it? It's like help. So to like if you don't know about a task now and just want to like view what's all about, like view some help about it, you just need to type npx add at, then help, and then the name of the task. In this case, we are checking for node. So we say node. So as you can see now, we have use add the usage and stuff like that. So this is npx and that node. So you can just spin off a node by typing npx add at node. So as you can see now, a node has been like spin up on local host. You can see the host name 127.00.0.0.1 and the port is on 8545. So and these are the accounts and stuff like that. Yeah, the account some accounts will be generated for you, so you can work with them in wherever you want to use it. Okay, so we'll be closing this. We actually don't need it because Hardhat already does spin off one for us in the background. Yeah, so also we have tasks. So like I said before, we have tasks in Hardhat. So basically you can create your own custom task, and let's say you want to extend Hardhat features with some like there are some times you need to just do stuff in your own way and you need them. So basically you can just create a task. So to create a task, you can come into this Hardhat config file or you create another file and import it from inside here. So we just create let's say for simplicity, I'm going to be doing it inside this Hardhat config file. So we have task, then the name of this task. So let me just make it simple. So okay, we have balance. So then we have some description of the task. So we have get is balance of an address. So yeah, this is it. So we need to actually pass some parameters, some tasks like need parameters. So for one task now, we need to pass the address we want to get the balance of. So for example, we want to get the balance of an address, so we need to pass in the address to the task. For example, so let's add it, add param, name of the parameter, okay, add param, name of the parameter will be address. Then you can add some description. So address which balance is to be fetched. Yeah, so then after doing this, you can then add an action. So you can say set action to add the action. Then we make it async because we'll be doing using some asynchronous stuff inside it. Okay, okay, yeah, so so let's see which can format. Okay, yeah, so we have it now. So these are parameters. So the parameters will be here. Then we have so the one of the parameter is actually an address. So you can just say address. And for now, let us console.log the address. So that's it. So so let's run the task. Okay, before running this task, I want to actually like run this task that's up here because it's a sample task created by the Hardhat team. Like it comes with Hardhat. So I can run that by saying nps add the name of the task. As you can see, the name of the task is account. So you can type it there, account. And you see what it does. It lists the address. Because like if you come in now, you can see that it's actually listing getting the account um, from from the network and loop into the console or logging them. So basically, so what I'm just going to copy one address at random and then run our own task that we just created. The name of the task is balance. So you can just say npx add balance, then you pass the address name, address, then we pass in the address. So you can see that the address is being logged because here we are just logging the address. We are not actually doing anything. So what we want the task to do is that it should go to the like print the address balance to us. So to do that, we need the Web3 library. So let's install it by saying npm install. Okay, npm. So Web3. So basically, we can just for us to have access to this Web3 library here in this config file, we need to install a package called Atomic Labs slash Hardhat Web3. So let's install that. And let's wait for the installation to complete. Okay, yeah, so we have it. So we have 47 vulnerabilities. So let us ignore this for now. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we have them now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to import the package, the choir and class slash hardhat. So like I said, what this does is just like it injects the hardhat variable, or yeah, it's the variable, it injects it into this config file so we can be able to use it in our tasks. So instead of like instantiating the Web3 class ourselves, it automatically connects to the network that we are using. For example, the Hardhat network now, it automatically connects to it and injects the variable to us to use in the tasks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the balance by saying constant balance equals to await web3 dot it dot get balance. Then pass in this address. So now that we have it now, we have the balance. So what we can do is we say we want to convert the balance to, okay, let us console log it. Balance. So if we run the task again, okay, yeah, so let's add that balance. So run it again, let's see what we got. As you can see now, it logs the balance. So you can see that we have a couple of zeros at the back because the unit the unit of the balance that's being written by blockchain is called is in way, or we, whatever you want to call it. So we are going to be converting it to our normal, the way we view it. So the way we understand it, we can not see this and say this and how many it. I don't even know until I convert. Okay, so yeah, you can say Web3 the utils the from way. So I'm not just going to call it just something like that. So I'm going to say balance is, and then do this, then add some is and then like this. Okay, yeah, so this will make sense a little bit now. So let me just do this. Okay, yeah, so let's run it again. As you can see, balance is 1008 actually. I couldn't decode it earlier. Okay, yeah, so we have console log balance. So basically, that's just how task works. So we also have something called subtask. Basically, subtask, you can run them inside a task. For example, you can create a subtask by saying subtask. And the process is just like similar to this task one, but you can, the difference is that you can call this subtask inside of this task or any other task that you're in. So we're not going to be doing that. If you need to learn more about it, you can just go to the other documentation. Yeah, okay, so yeah, let's go back, and that's basically what I need to tell you about task. You need to read, there are a lot more about it, so you need to go to the documentation and read a lot more. So this tutorial just like helping you set up your development environment, how you can compile and deploy your code to the blockchain network. Okay, yeah, um, so let's come back to the contract. So basically, you can see that we are importing this does the default, or let's say the smart contract that comes with the Hardhat framework. So like you can use it for maybe want to just explore some things about Hardhat, you can use this smart contract as a sample and stuff like that. So it's, as you can see here, this is basically normal stuff that we do in our smart contract. So yeah, so you can, so here you see import at slash console.sol. So basically this is provided by Hardhat. So it allows us to do something like console.login a variable in Solidity. So you can say console.log in your smart contract. Normally you can't do that in Solidity. But I think this console.log is even just only available in the Hardhat network and not on the main net. Yeah, so that's the only thing that's kind of different in this Solidity code here. So okay, so let's try and deploy the smart contract. Okay, yeah, so for us to deploy the smart contract, we can create a script here, but I'm not going to create a new script. I'm going to use one that's inside of here already. So as you can see, so I'm just going to rename this script as deploy instead of creating another one. Yeah, so as you can see now, this is a script. Yeah, so basically what happens is that we deploy the smart contract to the blockchain from inside the script. Yeah, deploy GS. Okay, yeah, so we see there are some comments for you to understand what's happening. So we have we're importing the Hardhat runtime environment, HRE. So that's what they're doing here. So we have a function. The name of the function is main. So then inside the function, that's where we do the deployment. So we get the contract factory by saying HRE.get contract factory. The name of the contract, as you can see, the name of the contract here is greater.sol. So here you don't need to add it, just greater and get the contract factory. Yeah, so then here we are doing greater equals this greater dot deploy. Then we pass a parameter called hello Hardhat. Then here we are deploying it. Okay, so basically what happens here is that here we are deploying the smart contract and passing a parameter to the constructor. Because like if you come here now, you can see that we are accepting a string here. The name of this parameter is greeting. So we're accepting the name of it in the constructor. Then here we are setting it to this private string here, and that's basically what it just does. So that's why in this deploy we're passing it hello Hardhat. This is a greeting. So if you run it now, it's going to be deployed to this blockchain network. Okay, yeah, so I think we have that here. So here we are just saying greater. This is just to ensure that the smart contract is deployed for like doing this. So console log greater deployed to greater dot address. So this is the address. This will be the address of the smart contract that's just been deployed. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is to compile the smart contract. Yeah, so we can say npx hardhat compile. Yeah, that's done. So okay, so what we've just done is we compile the smart contract. So once we've compiled the smart contract, we can see that a new folder has been created. The name of the folder is called artifacts. So our smart contract metadata, some under information that we may need will be here. So you can see the build info. We really don't need this in some cases. I don't know, but we don't need it for our stage. Okay, yeah, so we have the contracts, we have the Hardhat and stuff like that. So inside this contract is where you can find our smart contract metadata. So as you can see, we have contract slash greater.son, which contains the metadata of our smart contract that we compiled just now. Okay, yeah, so you can see here that we have open the greater.json, that's where the metadata resides. So you can see that we have a couple of a JSON object. So yeah, inside it we have a couple of fields. We have format, contract name, source name, and stuff like that. So yeah, so we also have the ABI. So the ABI is so we also have the bytecode, deployed bytecode, and this is the BIN that we actually you guys have been asking about. So BIN, so it's still simple as bytecode. Okay, yeah, so basically that you need this API to interact with your smart contract actually on your dApps. You need this API. So whenever you compile, this API will be generated for you. Then you can copy it and use it in your front-end application or anywhere you want to use it. So now that we've compiled now, so let's deploy. So to deploy, we are going to be deploying to the Hardhat local network, so Hardhat network. So you can just say npx Hardhat run. So basically, what we want to do is run a script, but inside the script, we are deploying a smart contract. So that's basically what it does, because this script can be anything. But in our case, it's a deployment script. What we are doing there is we are deploying a smart contract to the network, any of the network that are deploying to actually. Yeah, so we are deploying to the Hardhat network. So since we are deploying to the Hardhat network, we do not need to specify network. So we're saying add npx Hardhat run, then the name of the script slash deploy.js. Yay. we've deployed our smart contracts to the Hardhat network. So this is our address that we deploy to in the Hardhat network. So basically, we can do a couple of things with it and stuff like that. So that's not our aim here. Our aim is like to deploy to a live network. I know that's what you guys are expecting, like Ring by, Kovan, or any other network that we want to. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is come back to this config file. So here we can specify networks. So let's write networks. Yeah, so we are deploying to which network again? Okay, let me, before I do that, I want to check my MetaMask and see what network I, I have some funds on. Basically. So, so it's in a minute, Kuban, Rockstein. So let me check my by. I think I should have some funds on it by here. Let me check Kuban. Okay, yeah, I think yeah, I have some funds on Kovan. So now that I have some funds on Kovan, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my private key here. Come, okay, come up here, come. So count details, export private key. Yeah, so I have that. The address actually test address, so I have no problem you guys seeing the private key. So inside the network, I can just add another field called accounts. So it's going to be an array of private keys. So it's a testnet. I don't use it for my main address, just a testnet, so you can see private key. I don't know. Yeah. So okay. So also have the some. What I'm going to do now is like copy the node URL from complete networks and cover, copy the RPC URL. So what I just did is copy the RPC URL of the cover network from MetaMask. So basically it's an Infura node. So now that we've set this up, so we can deploy it again to this address, to this network. So you can say npx npx add on say network. Then oh okay, yeah, so we need to actually specify the network name. So here is Kovan. Yeah, so the inside we are going to move all of this inside. Yeah, so we have that. So the name of the network is Kovan, and then the scripts deploy.js. Yeah, so let's run that and see what happens. So it might take sometimes. Okay, yeah, it's done. So it has been deployed actually, and these are contract address that we just deployed now. So you can copy it and go to the Kovan block explorer and say Kovan, I think it's Kovan dot etascan. Just go Kovan etascan. Okay, yeah, so one datascan.io. So let's paste in our contract address and let's see. Hooray! Yeah, our smart contract has been deployed. Yeah. So as you can see now, it's deployed. It was deployed, and the first transaction, which is the deployment transaction, is 45 seconds ago, which is accurate. Yeah, and as you can see that it's contract creation and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So the contract is also verified. Yeah, why is it verified? Yeah, because a lot of smart contracts with this same source code that I've just deployed will have been deployed to the network due to it being from the Hardhat package. So a lot of beginners and will have actually deployed it and most likely verified it. So since we are deploying the same code or similar code, so what they do is that they check whether similar code exists, and if it's verified, they just mark it as verified. So that's basically what happens. Okay, yeah. So these are contract API, like you can see, so you can use copy it and use any other place. Yeah. So basically, that's just all about this tutorial. So you can. I'm going to share the link to this deployed smart contract in the description of this video. So thank you for staying with me to the end, and I wish you the very best of luck in your journey as a software, as a blockchain developer. Thank you, thank you, thank you.